Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Tim.
The things that go on before I hit the record button.
Yeah, I know. Should just do a video of that.
It's just a fun times. Wow, that's a big cup.
It's 28 ounces.
So how's it going?
Great.
What are we going to be doing a video about today?
We are going to be doing a video about our likes and dislikes about living in Sun City.
And dislikes is probably a little strong.
Well, see, that's like when people say love or hate.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing I hate.
Yeah, it's
around
not.
here.
Yeah,
It's maybe
it's just
likes and annoyances.
the things you need to. It's not even that you in the audience need to worry about. This is us. This is what we enjoy and things that we work through. Maybe that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, and these same things may not annoy other people.
Exactly.
Or, whatever.
Exactly. This is us. This is solely the opinion of Andrea on the dislikes. I love everything. I love love. All right. Well, let's get to it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready for the last 3 minutes.
So, first thing we're going to talk about.
You have to stop saying so all the time.
All right. Let's start. Item number one.
Things we like
Things we like.
in general.
And we already kind of made a video on the details of this one, but Sun City has a lot of really cool like amenities and activities, and
There's always something going on.
there's always something, and
And
that's
you
great.
can choose to participate or not participate.
And
Totally up to you.
I use the cruise ship line if you go on a cruise. Same with living here in Sun City. If you're bored, that's your fault. There's always something going on that's going to keep you entertained, or you can participate.
That you can participate in. And
pursue
even,
hobbies.
Yeah, and even if it's not one of the quote unquote organized activities, there's if there's not a group for something you like to do, you can usually find people that want to do it.
Yep.
Or, I don't know, if you want to play cards with your neighbors.
Yeah, or you just
People play cards
hang out with neighbors,
know.
which we'll be coming up to. Second thing, I'll let you talk about. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, okay. I was going to say, we're not moving on until my favorite activity, which is woodshop.
Yes.
I love the woodshop. He's like, that's in our other video. I'm like, I don't care. It's my favorite thing.
So, when Andrea learned that there's a woodshop here, it became her sole purpose in life to
Kind of like his with
do stuff.
softball.
And so she does the woodshop. She does a great job with stuff. We got the
As-
cutting boards to prove it.
As a matter of fact, you just hung a tie rack.
I just
that
hung a
made
tie
for you.
rack that you made. So
That's been in work for a while.
maybe that should have been a whole nother video.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Another thing that we like is the house. Again, you've seen the house being built in different videos, and we walked around with cool stuff that's here, and just kind of give you a tour. But it's a pretty great house.
It is a very nice house. Having the screened-in lanai is terrific. The fact everything's on one floor,
Yeah,
is really great. So
We were able to pick the model we liked. We were able to, because we both still work, so we both have our offices, and they're separated, although the doors aren't thick enough for your liking to block sound.
Yeah.
But it's a great house, and it's very functional for just you and I being empty nesters.
Yep.
And there's room for visitors if anybody wants to visit, and it's a good house. So what's next?
It would be the neighborhood. Just living in the neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
Everybody's awesome. Our friends are so helpful. Just a couple things like, you've seen some of our friends in some of our videos, and neighbors, and it's just little things where I've had 2 surgeries this year. So, for one of them, that was a quick one. one of my friends drove me down there so he didn't have to take off from work. Another one, people were bringing us dinners to eat. So, I mean,
Everybody's friendly.
absolutely great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody's friendly.
there's a couple,
You do,
you know.
you do the Sun City wave as
Yeah,
you're driving around.
as you drive.
You just you wave
as you drive
back,
down
and
the
everybody
road,
waves back.
yeah,
Yeah,
you feel like Stepford wife-ish. You
but
know?
it is friendly. So I mean, it's a lot of nice people here,
Yeah.
and that's great. It was, we moved here from Pennsylvania. We knew we didn't know anyone, and it was kind of nice that we got to know some people, and we have some good friends that you've seen in videos. Okay, yeah, we're moving on. Yeah, I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
You always say that.
What's next?
Wait, I did the last one. Okay, well, all right.
Well, this
so,
next one is kind of yours anyway.
Yeah, I know it is. Driving around in the golf cart.
Yes.
It was really funny because I was like, we are totally getting a golf cart when we moved down there. And he's like, no, we're not. We don't need a golf
We don't
cart.
need a golf cart. What do you need a golf cart for?
He drives it more than I do.
I love the golf cart.
It's great because we fill up our gas tank in our car once a month.
If that,
now.
yeah.
And sometimes it's not even a full tank. It's like, oh, we got to go from half to full.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't lose my Kroger gas points.
The golf cart is awesome.
But yeah,
in fact, I get annoyed when I can't drive it, like if it's raining or something like that.
It's very funny with him with
So
the
it's like,
driving.
it's raining. Gotta take the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another one.
Yeah. With
And I guess related to that is things that are accessible by golf cart, even what I like to say, outside the compound. So it's very easy. There's a whole slew. There's doctors' offices. There are There's a grocery store. There's a Food Lion. There's of course the liquor store, nail salon. There's a Wendy's. There's a Cracker Barrel.
Starbucks.
The bank. Our bank is
the
there.
bank. Yeah. I was sure about that. And the drugstore.
There's a drugstore. Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that's
You just
accessible.
you drive the golf cart.
With
You
your golf cart.
can go in and out of the gate with the golf cart. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Kind of tangentially is the fact that there are other places that are closed that, even if you have to get in your
you have
car,
to drive.
like he complains about, they're not far.
Right.
It's, there's a Walmart, there's a hardware store.
Ace Hardware. There's another grocery store. There's a dollar store.
Yeah.
There's things that are close by, and that's kind of nice having that. You don't have to drive 20 miles to get to
just
something.
to get somewhere.
It's all right here. And also the actual location of this house in Sun City, we like that a lot. I call it a giant cul-de-sac. Yeah. It's not really a cul-de-sac at all, but we're the furthest out from the neighborhoods that have been built, so we don't get the through traffic that a lot of folks get here.
Yeah. Which is a plus and minus, but being this far
out. This far out. So it takes us like 10 to 15 minutes to get to the gate to leave. Oh, that's the main gate. There's two other gates that we can access fairly quickly, especially since they put a new one in fairly close to us. But that being said, it's basically, if you're coming back here in general, now that all the homes are built, you have a reason to come back here. Either you're an Amazon driver or construction worker, doing individual house construction, or you live here. So that's nice.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of that through traffic like some of the streets.
And then the last thing is the people that live in the there's like 20,000 or so houses, 18 to 20,000, and a lot
there's like a whole underground labor kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but there's like people that do
experts.
Stuff like if you need a plumber, you can go on the Sun City Facebook page and say, hey, I need a plumber for something, and you'll get 15 answers, and they actually have like lists compiled of like we had one of the guys who used to run a painting business up in the Northeast. He painted our house or inside for us.
And that's fantastic. We had a handyman. He hung all of our ceiling fans because you don't want this guy doing that. I basically curtain rods, and even that I should have videotaped that one. I screw that one up regularly, but
you can find somebody that does anything.
Rides to the airport, the Uber rides, and fortunately, one of our good friends does that, so I get the friends and family rate from him. But he just, he probably does. But it's almost like a side hustle for them to just earn a little extra money. And our friend who does the Uber rides, he literally drives for Uber.
He's like retired, and he'll do rides like for both Sun City people, plus, you know, if there's something going on the island,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he'll put his Uber or what's the other one, Lyft,
Lyft, yeah.
you know, thing on and be driving people all over. So yeah, there's a whole slew of people
All right.
who have
Skills and talents that,
yeah, and like
I
pet
don't-
sitters,
yeah,
like
yeah, oh yeah, they're pets.
you know, if you're going out of town for a weekend, the whole
yeah.
it's really nice.
Yep. So those are the likes.
Yes, those are our likes.
Good stuff.
I'm sure we're forgetting stuff, but
Yeah. All right. I told you, we're coming for you, Sun City. These are the things you need to fix. Just kidding.
wait, does that include our what is it, home association dues?
Yes,
or
yeah.
whatever those
Yeah,
are.
our HCA people.
Yeah.
And that's the whole.
That's a different story.
That'll be a different video.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that. But again, dislikes is not quite right.
Yes,
I think we've disclaimed that enough.
and also I am going to preface this additionally as, which we probably have stated before, is our house in Pennsylvania, we were by ourselves.
Yeah.
We were not in a neighborhood. We had a busy road, so it's like you got used to there being like truck traffic or road traffic,
Right.
but not
Rush hour, morning.
neighborhood kind of traffic, you know?
Yeah, we could see two houses and they were literally across the street, and that was about it. So
Yeah, and one was only if you like got out of the house and like,
yeah,
you know.
strained your neck a little bit.
Yeah.
But the houses here are very close. Pulte tries to
use
put as
every
much as
inch of land that they can.
Yeah.
put houses in.
So our neighbors are close by. Fortunately, we like our neighbors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean they're
But
great. So, yeah.
if I had.
If we had,
If you
like-
were in a situation where you didn't like your
Yeah,
neighbor, or
had,
if you
like,
were
a
quarreling
crabby
or
neighbor or
bickering,
something, or,
it
yeah,
wouldn't
that
be
could
good
be bad.
to have
So,
people that close. But
Yeah.
we can see into each other's yards. It's
Yeah, because we're not allowed to have fences or anything, so you can see like I'm sitting here, I can see the house like on the other side of the berm.
But like when the neighbors come out on the patio, and if we're out on the patio, hey, you wave, yeah, hey, Brad.
He gives them all dog treats.
Get the dog
you
treats
know.
out and things like that. So it is a new neighborhood,
Yes.
and when we first moved in over a year ago, there was still a lot of construction going on, which we knew because
yeah.
we weren't the first house either. So
Yeah.
there were
Yeah,
people
so-
living here
yeah,
on our
so,
street when
like,
our house was being
Yeah,
built.
Linda and Craig down the street got to watch everybody
yeah,
and
they were
listen
the
to all
first
these
houses,
houses
yeah.
be built.
Yeah,
so.
but there's it is noisy. It can get noisy during the day. It's mostly during the day because even though the houses are done, people are adding
people are doing
construction. You're
stuff to
doing
them.
cabinets, or you're maybe changing a floor or landscaping
putting
things like that. Yeah.
putting in I can say that word, like a back room on your house, like
expanding,
like putting
expanding
a
on the patio
Carolina
and
room
stuff
or
like
whatever
that.
they're called, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, landscaping, you know,
Yes, and it's just we're just not used.
we're not used to
We're
it.
not used to
Yeah.
that because we had rush hour traffic in the morning and evening,
and that was it.
It was a
Yeah.
quiet
So,
day.
yeah.
So that
Yeah,
was
so it's like you go outside and it's like, you know, oh, okay, I'm going to sit here on the line. It's nice and quiet for 3 seconds, and then it's,
you hear a leaf blower or
you hear
a saw
the
buzzing.
backup noise
and that's kind of-
on somebody's golf cart or a dog barking.
And
or
it's kind of our
something. Yeah,
berm.
so, like I said, neighborhood knows.
The berm. First off, we were
It's
told that the
weird.
berm would be tall all the way around, and it's not. That's a different.
Yeah, that's a different story.
But it causes the noises.
Yes,
So you'll
it's
hear a
weird.
saw. It
And
sounds
yet-
like it's right behind us or right next door.
And
but
it's really across the
literally across the street and
you
down
know,
the street.
it
yeah.
is. It's
So-
just very weird.
A dog barking.
How
Yeah.
noise bounces.
Yeah, so it's
there. So
but
yeah.
it's let's see where we are in 5 years. I'm pretty sure people are like, I didn't hear that.
Well, and of course because I hear very well.
Yes, yeah, she hears.
So
she
they
doesn't
always
this much.
they always used to say I had Spock ears because I could hear. I hear everything.
Not because they're pointy.
No, I don't think so.
So the next
Anyway,
thing,
yeah.
neighborhoods are great. There
Yes.
are no sidewalks.
Not on our side. Aren't there some? There might be
There's
some
there's
areas
some,
have
but
them.
it's not like it's not complete. Like you might be able to go a distance and then you have to cross the street to get to the sidewalk and the
Yeah,
other
it's
house.
yeah.
And
we
so
have no sidewalks.
There's no sidewalks on the north side. Well,
And-
for the most
well,
part,
for where
on the
we
main
are,
street,
yes.
there's a sidewalk. But anyway,
and the streets are kind of narrow.
and the narrow streets. So
So-
the combination of those sidewalks, narrow streets, people like to walk. They like to walk their
Yeah.
dogs. They ride bicycles. It's,
and it can be challenging
To try-
when you're trying to drive somewhere and there's like, oh, here's somebody parked on this side of the street, somebody on that side of the street. Oh, and there's somebody on a bike, and you're trying to, he calls it the
Sun City slalom. So you're
Yes, 'cause
constantly
you're
kind
going.
of, especially during the day.
Yeah.
But vehicles park on the street as you just
Yeah,
said.
it's-
And it just makes it
You
you just have to get used to it.
Yeah.
You have to, be ready for it.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe once we're retired, we'd have more of a whatever, I'll
Yeah.
get there, whatever. But
Right.
We're not there
Since
yet.
we're both working, it's kind of
Yeah. It's like,
okay,
I
have to go do this task.
Because I
I
gotta
have
get back
like
to
an
work.
hour and a half to do it, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe this is a knock, but it seems like the rule enforcement is rather random.
Very random.
So, like we said, parking on the street, you're not supposed to
You're not
park
supposed
on
to
the
park on the
street.
street
You're not supposed to park
overnight.
overnight. You can if you get a permit. Not everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to leave your garage doors open at night, and you walk around, or I walk around in the morning. I'm like, hey, look, the garage door's
There's a
open,
garage door,
and it's
yeah.
dark, and there's nobody there. And
Yeah. Or another one that's kind of, there are a couple that are kind of goofy that popped into my head is you're only allowed like 12 items, and I don't even remember if that's the right number.
yeah.
Like out front
decorations.
in
and stuff,
decorations.
yeah,
So
yard
like the little yard flags
Yeah.
or
flag.
flower pots or something. It's like there's a certain number you're allowed. And you look at some of these houses and they've got like just a ton of them. And you're kind of like, yeah, I'm sure that's over the number. Or like the lady across the street, she was trying to get her stuff approved.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it was so goofy because they rejected it because they said she didn't list
how big the pots were going
the
to be.
size of the flower pots because
Yeah.
they're not supposed to be higher than 24 inches. But yet you see people who
have easily that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's random. It is random for sure.
Yeah. Or the political signs. You're not supposed to have political signs,
Yeah.
but yet people will have flags
That
on their
are
houses
politically
that are
motivated.
kind of political, and
Yeah.
you're kind of like, okay.
Yep.
So
And I guess if a neighbor doesn't complain or nobody, they're not going to do anything, I guess. But anyway,
Yeah.
So the next thing, this is one you point this out.
is
I'm
a
like, yeah,
pet
this
peeve.
yeah.
This is a pet peeve
So-
of mine.
the first of the month of every month, tickets go on sale online for the next month's events. So you've seen videos of us doing ZZ Top and Prince and all the different activities that you have to reserve a seat
You have
and
to
pay
buy
for.
the tickets, and
Yeah.
the tickets go on sale that first of the month
At 8 o'clock, you start hitting
8
refresh
a.m.
at 8 a.m.
You start doing it's as he always calls it, the Ticketmaster.
Back in the day when you
used to dial the Ticketmaster and try to,
you'd not hit the last number.
until
But that's what it's like, and so the system itself is bad.
which is your other.
It's my big pet peeve because you get in, you select your seat, and you go to pay, and as you go to pay, it says no, that seat's not available. It's like I selected the seat, so it doesn't hold the seat like for 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta.
If
If somebody else selected the same seat
happened
as
to
you and they
select
pay
it
first, it's
a
their seat.
split second
Yeah, so
before you did.
It's challenging, and
and everybody complains about it, and it's worse in the fall
right.
because like in the summer, like a
lot of people,
for the July stuff, I had no problems getting tickets, but it's because a lot
Snowbirds.
of people
People
go back up north,
or
west
elsewhere,
or
or wherever else they have homes.
so
And that's kind of related to Sun City is expanding,
This is-
and it's going. I think we may have talked about Sun City West. A whole bunch of new homes are going up, and that's putting stress on the different amenities.
because their amenities are not built yet over there. I think they do have the dog park, but nothing else. They
But
just broke ground on their amenities.
But they're going to have a giant pool and gym and stuff like that. But until that gets built, which is going to be either later this year or early next year or whenever, they live here, they pay their dues, they get to use the gym and the pools and stuff here, and that just again
so like
stresses
when you
what's
go to
going
the
on
pool
here.
sometimes or the gym, it's like, ooh, it's really busy here. Yeah.
So it's expanding.
yeah.
There's still room. I'd like to say we're full, but I think Pulte's going to continue to expand.
They're going to keep buying tracts of land.
tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land. Sorry.
which kind of related to capacity
Amenities and capacity.
is restaurant availability. So
Yeah.
this has two facets.
Yes, it does.
One
It
is,
does too.
okay, there's a lot of people here that want to eat at the different restaurants.
There are 3 restaurants
on
on
either side.
property.
Yeah.
There's 2 on the south side. There is 1 on the north side.
And the north side is more easily accessible by the new folks on the west side.
Yes. And
so-
and Al's is only open. Is it Thursday? Is it
Wednesday through Saturday, and it's supposed to be like
I think it's 11 to
11 a.m. to like 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
But there have been occasions,
Oh,
many occasions actually, where we've gone to
Yes.
Al's at like 7, maybe 7:30, and they go, "Oh, sorry, we're closed."
yeah. Well, even earlier than
Yeah,
that. Like,
we had
okay,
it a
biggest
6
pet
o'clock one.
peeve was week of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The Wednesday before Thanksgiving. You know how that's like the busiest
Busy
restaurant
night. Yep.
day of the year. We go over there and they're like, "Oh, we're closed." It's like, what do you mean? And they're telling us, "Oh, well, we looked at the numbers for the last 3 years and they were low, so we decided
Yeah,
to
we're closing
close."
early, and it's like,
Okay, do you realize how many houses have been completed
it's
in the last year?
Yeah.
It's
their data.
It's kind of goofy.
it's fine.
And then Sun City actually did a poll, and it's apparently a huge pet peeve with people here. And instead of doing anything, expanding hours, they actually shorten the hours.
Yeah.
So it used to be open till 9. Now it's only open till 8.
And did we mention it's only Wednesday through Saturday?
Yeah,
so
Wednesday through Saturday.
Monday or
So,
Sunday.
and if it's, and then this is your pet peeve, where if you go on a Saturday or a Friday night and it's really nice, what happens?
Oh yeah, you're not getting a table, or you're waiting 45 minutes to an hour to an hour and a half, which takes
then
you
pushes
past.
you past the like, oh, okay, you can order one drink and make
Yeah.
that food order quick.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
we have to, and I mean, they have to hire people. There's cooks, there's bartenders, there's waitresses, or waiters and wait staff, I should say.
yeah.
And they have to, and that's today's day and age, that's hard to do. So,
Yeah, and right now there's no plan for a restaurant
on the
in
west
Sun
side.
City West.
Yeah.
So and they keep going back and forth on that, but it's dumb. If you ask me.
Okay.
But anyway,
The next thing is, I like to call it the magic triangle. So if you looked at Sun City on a map, what I call the magic
the north side,
the north, the north side is there's US 278 is the main road from I-95 to Hilton Head Island. Then that's where the main gate and stuff is. And then there's 2 main roads that kind of intersect, and then they meet.
So
North
it
of Sun
literally
City.
makes a triangle.
Yeah, so
yes.
so there's Argent Boulevard on one side, and I guess it's US 170 on the other, which we've heard 170 is the most dangerous highway in South Carolina.
Yeah,
A lot of
which is
accidents.
scary,
There's a lot
yes.
of, and it's because it's very busy, and there's a lot of people making lefts and trying to pull out, and it's
yeah.
So there's
I
a lot
don't
of
like
traffic,
to drive on either that or
Yeah.
278. So
and believe it or not, it's noisy. It is.
yeah, we can hear a lot of the noise
Yeah,
from
you
it.
can hear a lot of road traffic, even though we're not all that close. So we're kind of in the middle of
Yeah.
both.
Oh, yeah.
But you can definitely hear the traffic noise, and in the morning they're busy roads with rush
Yeah.
hour and
Yeah.
trucks and motorcycles.
Or the other one is because 170 is so dangerous, we hear a lot of fire trucks.
and fire trucks, yeah.
And emergency vehicles.
And this is South Carolina. The South Carolina good old boys like their pickup trucks to be loud.
Oh, yeah. It's like nobody has a muffler here. It's so
So
weird.
you can hear it.
Yeah.
It's culture or whatever. It's that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So that's just about it. The last one.
No, he missed.
I missed what? Oh, I did miss the doctors and healthcare.
Yes, doctors and healthcare.
And we're not reading this from a screen or anything. This is
we're not.
just
From our brains.
doctors and healthcare.
Doctors and healthcare. So,
And that's
okay.
not a Sun City thing. It's just
It's not a Sun City
more of
thing.
a
and
low country thing.
It's this area. It's the if you need to find a primary care doctor, good luck
Mm-hmm.
finding one that is accepting new patients.
or you can get an appointment
You can get
that's
an
not 6 months out.
appointment. Yes, it's a lot of the appointments. Like I've had some health issues this year, and it's okay, you can see this doctor in January, then they refer you to another doctor. Oh, but you can't see that one until like February sometime if you're lucky, and then it's crazy on the. And I remember when we first moved here, before I could get that appointment with a primary care, I went to one of the urgent cares.
Yeah.
And the nurse there even told me, because she was also happened to be from Pennsylvania, the area we lived in, and she said, you will end up here more than you will end up at your primary.
Yeah.
Because,
So if you're sick, you're not seeing a primary
they
doctor.
said the primaries here do not keep like sick appointment space on their calendars.
Yeah.
They just book them up.
So if you are a doctor and you want to get a thriving practice,
yeah.
boy, we need specialists here.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's the other part is even if you see a doctor here, like the one doctor I saw here, but I had to go up to Charleston
for surgery.
So
Which is where she got her cool cup.
where I got my way cool cup, my scalp. They took very good care of me, so thank you.
Medical University of South Carolina.
Yes.
The Musk.
The Musk.
Okay, well let's move on to the last one.
Yeah.
This is not a Sun City fault because it's in South Carolina.
That's why we kind of had our differences on whether or not to say this.
Yeah, but there is, like, if you move here to Sun City, there's weather.
It's hot.
It's hot. And it starts around this time of year, even a little before, into the May time frame, and it's going to last till October. And it's hot and humid, and
yes, that's
you
why
just have to get used to
there are a lot of those snowbirds that
they go north
for this time of year.
It's the other one is we are on the coast, the Atlantic coast. We're in hurricane season now, so you always kind of keep it a little weary eye out into
Keep
the
an ear open for that hurricane.
and that's just a factor of where we live. But in all honesty, we got just as many hurricanes living in Pennsylvania as I expect to get here in South Carolina.
Yeah. We'll see over a 20-year period how many we have here versus how many we have
to be honest, I think the Gulf Coast needs a little activity this year. Everything seems to be on the Atlantic coast.
That's true. Yeah.
Hi,
Houston friends. We
hi,
love
Houston.
you.
You guys are due. Although didn't they just have Rita or something?
Well, I forget which one they just had.
But,
I can't keep all the names straight.
But the other one with the weather is when it gets very hot, it gets unsettled, and you get these downpour,
and it just makes me mad because then
thunderstorms.
you can't griddle.
And then I can't go outside and griddle where it's already too hot anyway. But somehow the heat doesn't bother me when I'm standing next to a 400-degree griddle.
Go figure.
So that's our dislikes.
So I mean, and again, they're not.
Yeah, it's not a dislike. It's just that's our life. It's our lot in life.
It's not a lot, but it's our life. Thank you, quoting Bug's Life. So we have to wrap up. His stomach just made noises and turned the camera on.
I'm hungry, so I need to go make lunch.
Yes, he does.
And then make this video.
Yes.
So there you have it.
There you have it. I mean, you always end with the dislike. Earthquake.
Well, it's but it's the this is the Tim and Andrea view of
but it's the we don't want people to leave with that sour note that my God, why are they living there? It's like we as a whole we love it here. We love the people here. We love
our neighbors.
The
weather's okay, but especially
it's
in November.
I would much
January,
rather
February,
be here than in Pennsylvania. Sorry, Pennsylvania fans, I still love you.
Yeah, no snow.
I just miss my Wegmans.
I can look at pictures of snow.
So yeah, we can.
That actually should have been under the lights. I've cut my last blade of grass and I've shoveled my last flake of snow.
That's his favorite line.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
So that's about it. That's a wrap.
Thanks, friends.
What do we say?
We'll see you
down the road.